A common staple found in all our pantries is bread, and historically it dates back almost 30,000 years. Sourdough is one of the oldest traditions, so we're here today at the RedBeard Historical Bakery to find out how it's made and what makes it so special. The bakers at RedBeard use traditional techniques and tools such as Belgian cotton, wooden paddles and an oven that dates back to the 18th century. John, I've been trying to make sourdough for years and I've never had much success, mate. What's the secret?
It's actually surprisingly simple. While I'm explaining it to you, why don't you have a go at actually shaping a bit of bread?
Okay, love to. It's a lot softer than I'm used to.
Yeah. That's one of the keys to sourdough. Without a commercial yeast, you actually don't have that oomph to actually push through a stiff dough, and you get a really beautiful, delicate crumb, obviously, with a softer.
And it has to be all hand-rolled?
Absolutely, yeah. We do everything by hand here.
So what's in the initial starter?
So the basic technique is this. You actually just peel a potato. You can either use your own homegrown spud or you can use an organic spud. Now the bacteria and yeast you're after are the ones that are after the starch inside the spud. That's why we use spuds as a source for our leaven culture. That gives you your leaven, that gives you your mother. It's called many things in many cultures. Traditionally in Australia, every baker had one of these brewing in the corner. It was called the baker's wort. And it does look quite warty, actually.
Wow.
You can see that it's full of bubbles. Yeah. It's got an amazing...
It smells amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's a bit of apple cidery, I think.
Yeah.
No, that's what it smells like to me, anyway. This is a rye starter, a rye leaven or a rye baker's wort. Right. And so it's fed with pure stone ground, organic flour, rye flour, whole rye, and water.
Once the leaven is mixed with flour and water, the dough is cut, weighed, and rolled. All right, John, so we've rolled the dough and now you're going to wrap it, right?
Yeah, this is an ancient French technique called la couche. The dough is held between loops in this beautiful Belgian linen. Traditional fabric, traditional way of actually proving the bread in its final proof.
The second stage of the proving process takes a further 3 hours and allows the dough to ferment and aerate, the final step before baking. RedBeard Bakery make a variety of other treats, as well as many different styles and shapes of sourdough. John, here's the bread. It's just come out of the oven, so we're going to let this rest. In the meantime, tell me about this amazing oven of yours. It looks spectacular.
Look, we're so lucky to have these ovens. So few of them exist in Australia anymore. It's actually called a Scotch oven. Originally, these ovens were built all over the English-speaking world by a guild of Scottish bakery engineers. The oven is just a huge bit of thermal mass, so we heat it, we fire it for 3-4 hours every day just to top up the heat. It never goes cold. And then we're baking in the heat after the fire has gone out.
Right. Let's go into it, shall we?
Yep.
The shape of this is not a shape I'm used to. Like, how did this come about for sourdough? Is this quite an unusual shape, or?
It is, and people get terribly confused about this. Everyone thinks of that long Vienna shape that we pulled out of the oven earlier. They think that's the only loaf that can be sourdough. It's a misconception, actually. This particular shape is a traditional bread shape in Australia. It's called a high top or a high tin loaf. It's got a beautifully caramelised crust, and it's every much a bit of sourdough bread as any of the other shapes.
Right, it looks absolutely stunning. Let's try it, mate, shall we?
Lovely.
That's beautiful.
Yep, lovely.
Bread and butter, what more do you want?